Hey anyone, I'm Hawk, and today I want to talk about precious hard drive space. So, no matter what you play games on, I bet most of you keep one or more games downloaded because you know you'll come back to them soon, you love them a lot, or they're just too damn good to let go of. So, today I want to show off 5 of those games that eternally have space on my hard drive. These are in no particular order like usual, and they all equally earned their place on my hard drive. So starting off, we have Farthest Frontier. I've been playing this game a lot lately, and it's so good it made me legitimately lose track of time. That doesn't happen to me very often anymore with games. I got this game while it was in early access and played it for a good while, and then stopped to let it cook. Now, coming back to it, it's become everything I hoped it would be. And that makes sense considering the development team behind it is Crate Entertainment. They're amazing, and they'll be coming up again later on in this video. Farthest Frontier is a town/city builder with a kind of pseudo-medieval colonial theme to it. What sets this one apart for me personally is the pacing. Things move much slower in this game, and you get time to really appreciate your small village, then small town, then the sprawling city you create. Too often in city builders, it feels like a speed run from just a hut in the woods to New York City proper, and you don't have time to just sit with the town that you're building. This game lets you sit with each phase. You watch your people go from place to place doing their jobs, relaxing, meeting with neighbors, and taking care of their homesteads. Another thing I love is that every resource is actually in the world, meaning if a fisherman catches a bucket of fish, he stores that bucket with others in his fisher hut. Then he or someone else moves it through the world to the smoker hut, where the fish is smoked and preserved. From there, a grocer from the market comes and moves the fish to a market stall so people can come buy it, give your town money, and take those fish home where they'll, soon eat them. Or maybe they'll spoil, because spoilage is a part of the game too. Every resource in this game works this way. It's not just numbers on a screen, it's all there and trackable in the world. The means people use to transport goods also depends on what you do. They could do it by hand. They have backpack things. They could have hand carts and eventually carts pulled by animals. But to use the new methods, you need a basket weaver or a cart maker. Everything makes sense and everything feels organic in this game. It also has some light RTS elements that you can turn off if you want. At about the halfway point in your town's evolution, you could start producing weapons and armor, making guards and soldiers. These will make raids much more manageable, and even let you take care of pesky thief camps or predator dens whenever you want. The last major thing I love about this game is the farming. Normally in city builders, a farm is a single building you place and some perfectly square fields spring up around it. One worker assigned to each field, and food is just produced without thought. This worked years ago, but not today. In Farthest Frontier, a farm is a field. No buildings, no other bullshit. You paint the area you want to mark as the farm field, and your people will start digging it up to make it a viable plot. Where you place this plot is based on ground fertility, and some areas are less fertile than others. If you don't have good fertile soil, you have other methods of making more so later. Mainly composting, which you'll be doing anyway, so literal shit doesn't pile up at your people's houses. That's a good way to start an outbreak of some nasty diseases. But after the field is laid out and prepped, you need a fence, because animals will come and eat your shit if you leave it unprotected. But what crops do you want? There's a lot to take into account. Soil balance between clay or sand, with the ability to add either to make the balance work out for whatever you're planting. How rocky is the land? How many weeds grow on the land? How do you suppress those weeds? What kind of rotation will you have? What will the weather be like when you plant things? You have to actually know some very basic farming shit to succeed in making a viable farm in this game, and that's awesome. I know some other games do that now to one degree or another, but I've never seen another city builder that has as much detail in its farming mechanics as Farthest Frontiers. There's so much to this game. I could go on about it for days, but Farthest Frontier will forever have a place on my hard drive. Next we have Kenshi. Oh, Kenshi, where do I even start with this game? Kenshi is one of the most unique and incredible games I've ever had the privilege of playing. It's a game where you are not the hero. You are dirt. Less than. You need to crawl your way up from the mud and sand to carve a name for yourself in an incredibly hostile world. You will lose limbs, you will lose faith, you will inevitably die at some point, but you're more than just one character, too. If you get others to join you in this game, you can control all of them equally. You are your team. Kenshi is pain. It's loss, and it's learning how to live in a world that was designed to chew you up and shit you out. At its core, it's an open-ended RPG where the story is you and the people that you control, your life and the lives of those who join you. It has a lot of lore, but you need to talk to people and explore to figure it out, and exploring is incredibly dangerous. But even after you know a lot about this world and its story and history and background, you still have tons of questions. It's mysterious and intriguing, but it's beautiful. In Kenshi, you can do anything, or be anything. A religious zealot, a slaver, a slave, a cannibal hunter, a town mayor, a lone wanderer, scrapper, farmer, explorer, soldier, rebel, a post-apocalyptic wasteland wandering samurai named Jack. Literally anything. You could be anything, do anything, and go anywhere. Just be careful, because some places are much, much more hostile than others. There's literally nothing like Kenshi out there. It's truly an experience, and I suggest you buy it if you love open-ended games, open-world RPGs with little set story but tons of character, life and lore, just RPGs in general. It'll never leave my hard drive, ever. This game is one of the few true 10 out of 10 games I've played, in my opinion. Kenshi is, without a doubt, one of the best games ever made by any metric. Next is a fun one, Contraband Police. So in Contraband Police, you play as a border guard for some fictional post-Soviet Eastern European dictatorship surrounded by other post-Soviet dictatorships. Your job is to listen to your leader, keep track of new and changing rules, and make sure you only let people into the country who deserve to come in based on those rules. You can find drug smugglers and then confiscate their goods, sell them, or turn them into the police and then transport the prisoners to the local penal mine. You could look through IDs and passports, making sure everything is in order and lines up. You even have to check vehicles for damage and record everything that you find later in the game. It gets pretty tedious, but it's fun if you like that kind of thing. If you do your job well, you get paid well, and can use that money for new guns, ammo, tools, and upgrades to the checkpoint, and even hiring new staff and getting better vehicles. Sometimes rebels or bandits will attack the checkpoint, and you get into a fun shootout. The game also has a main story you follow that I won't spoil here, but you could choose to work with the rebels or the state, and the choice that you make has a pretty serious impact on the story. It's satirical, but still able to take itself seriously enough, and it's an overall good time with unique gameplay. It's kind of like a more complex 3D Papers, Please in a small open world. It's never leaving my hard drive. Next up is Rainfall. So, Rainfall is a simple city builder where enemy waves endlessly come until you paint the map in your color. It's pretty simple and straightforward, but it's just fun as hell. I like the units and the economy of the game. I like the combat and the very light rock, paper, scissors RTS elements too. It's silly, it's simple, and it's just all around a good time. I play it when I don't really know what else to play for the most part, and its music is pretty damn good too. That's about all there is to it though. You build your town, defend it against ever-increasingly difficult waves of enemies, and expand your territory. It's old, it's gold, and it vaguely reminds me of RuneScape, and if you don't have it, I suggest you buy it. Oh, and you could fight in third person as the king, too. It's just good shit. And last, but certainly not least, we have Grim Dawn. So, Grim Dawn is, at its core, a Diablo-like top-down action RPG. What sets it apart from Diablo is that its character/RPG mechanics are inarguably superior to its inspiration. A lot of people have praised Diablo-like games lately, like Last Epoch or Path of Exile 2, but in my opinion, the current king of Diablo-likes, so to speak, is Grim Dawn at this point. The game is downright awesome. Its story is interesting, its setting is unique, and it does everything Diablo did, but better. It's a post-apocalypse RPG in a world that was destroyed long before you enter it. It has a dope gothic/witch hunter 1700s look with a splash of some medieval stuff in there. It has a shitload of classes and even more ways to mix them. It has tons of different character systems and ways to make the exact character you want to make. Whatever gameplay style or abilities you want to mix, you could do it, and it doesn't lock you into anything either. It will cost you to respec, but it's feasible at least. The story is also good enough to keep you interested, and that's more than I could say for Diablo lately. The world is intriguing, the character systems are incredibly complex, and loot is fucking awesome, and you get a lot of it. Also, there's a ton of separate resources that you could use to upgrade stuff, build stuff, help people. There's a ton of stuff, and even if you find loot that you can't use or don't want, you could scrap it for a multitude of things that you could use in other ways, and everything feels useful in this game, even the stuff you're never going to actually wear or hold. It also has a really good transmog system that's easy to use and implemented incredibly well. This is the second game on this list made by Crate Entertainment, and I like to think of it as a sequel to Farthest Frontier. In Frontier, you build up civilization and watch a beautiful town prosper, but in Grim Dawn, you see the fall of that civilization, and its horrific, hopeless atmosphere is just fucking awesome. Grim Dawn is indeed grim, and if you are remotely interested in Diablo-like games, I suggest you get this one. But that's it. There are 5 of a good deal of games that I will never delete from my hard drive. Have you played any of them? Do they seem interesting to you? What games will you keep around forever? Let me know down below.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Give us a like if you enjoyed it, and dislike it if you didn't.
Let us know what you think about the channel.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Tell your mom.